All right, everyone. I'm getting word that we're just about ready to start the next run, so let's get into it.
Alrighty, hello. My name is satanherself, and I am here to show everybody Peggle Fevers any percent. So if you haven't heard of Peggle Fevers before, that would make sense. It actually came out this year. It's a full fan mod of the original game, Peggle Knights, made by the Peggle speedrunning community. So I helped develop this game, so I think it'll be a cool showcase from a person who was, who was on the development team. I did some of the backgrounds, some of the levels, and I'll shout out, of course, people who worked on this game as we go through and as we see their individual contributions. I want to let chat know that we do have an open incentive for this run that is not going to close until the end of the run. It needs, I think, about $25. It's for the Wacky Challenges page. So we have a bunch of challenges that we've made. We also replaced all of the challenges as well as all of the levels for Peggle Knights. And the Wacky Challenges page includes some really, really fun stuff, including a second credit scene, basically a screensaver where everything is super bouncy, and finally a hidden power, a power that was supposed to be in Peggle Knights that they put in the code, but that they didn't actually come to fruition. So we found that, and we implemented it in one of those challenges. So if you want to see that, we need $50 total on that incentive. I think we're about 25 away. Yeah, so exclamation mark donate. Yeah, so since we're doing any percent, that's a fresh file, so we're gonna go ahead and make a no holidays file. Woohoo. And yeah, I think we're about ready to get started. You'll notice just about immediately that everything is pretty different. This is very much a fan game, but it's a really cool fan game. We worked on it really hard, and there's some awesome stuff in here. So time is going to start when we click adventure. So I will give a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the theme of Peggle Fevers is kind of that each Peggle master is kind of experiencing a bit of a fever dream. So Bjorn is actually this unicorn here, who is the general mascot of the Peggle series, is wanting to become a speedrunner. That's his fever dream. So you can see that I've put headphones on him in the game. And the overall objective of Peggle as a game is to hit all of the orange pegs here. So the first level actually has something special to it. In that if you get 6 or fewer balls, the game will improve your shot by finding a shot that gets more points than the shot that you originally made. So I was trying to get down to 6 balls as fast as I could. And then we go ahead and get this last one right there. Woohoo! Also, streamer Doug was in the background there. These 5 first levels are all backgrounds that I made, so I'm pretty proud of them. This one is about these sort of background characters that we've given custom like names and personalities to in Peggle. And this is a nice level with just a bunch of slides. I'm using something called pixel shots here, which is going to be our first like strategy element that we're going to talk about, where I'm aiming at specific pixels on the board, and that gets me the same shot every time because Peggle physics are completely consistent, which is kind of a cool mechanic. So a lot of the time we'll use the bright spots on the pegs to be able to aim those pixel shots, or we'll use elements in the background or in the sort of level border to make those shots. So there I was using the little bolts on the side to be able to do those slides. Here we just have some natural slides that the level has, and here I'm actually using something called bucket timing to make my level safer, where I'm waiting for the ball bucket to be in a specific position when I do those slide shots so that the ball goes right in there. And when a ball goes into the ball bucket at the end of a shot, you of course get another ball. This level is much harder than it looks, and thus it's nice to have that safety. These purple barriers here make it very hard sometimes to be able to get all of the pegs in the right amount of shots. There's 25 orange pegs in every level, and every single time you boot up a level, the position of those oranges is going to be randomized. So, you know, we're always going to have the structure in general, but where the oranges are is going to change every time we boot up the level. So that's always an unknown that we have to deal with every single time. So no two runs of Peggle will ever look the same. It's a pretty cool part about it. Luckily, we're going to be safe on this one. This is a level background commemorating 3 of our Peggle runners who have won our big Peggle tournament. So that's pretty fun. Now we have a level all about Peggle Deluxe and Peggle Knights. So those are the two sort of classic games of the series. And I've made a background where they're kind of competing a little bit, because one of the memes in the community is that you have to pick one, Peggle Knights or Peggle Deluxe, and be a loyalist to that game. I've picked Peggle Knights myself. So, yeah, that's the deal. Just got some slides in the top corners here, all that good stuff. I'll, of course, continue to be talking about the game, but our wonderful host, if you have any messages, now would be a great time. If we don't have our host with us, no problem. I can keep talking. I love talking. So here,
Host is here, but
no worries. I love talking. I can keep doing it for as long as required.
signed me out, so
oh no.
So if you have anything else to say about Peggle while I log back in to
no
check
worries.
for messages.
I understand the pain. Well, here we're actually coming across a special level because this is the only level that I fully made in this one. So this one's special to me. I placed all the pegs and I did the backgrounds. So that's kind of the two elements. Most of the time, they're in sync in this game. So the person who put the pegs down was also the person who did the backgrounds, but I mostly did backgrounds for my contribution to this game. So, you know, kind of a special case, but that's okay. This one has a big old slide at the beginning, and then some nice rings and stuff. It is to commemorate the Peggle Deluxe SGDQ 2023 run. As you can see, the people who were involved in that are in the background, and the timer stopped at 11 minutes by accident in that run, so...
I think I remember watching that.
Yeah, I was on stage for that one, so I'm technically in the background here, but I'm very small. Right there. Yeah, this person is Britcha, who did the run, and then one of the other people with me is Poetry Stud, and they both also worked on this game, so I'll be shouting them out. Now we are into the Jimmy Lightning portion. So I actually didn't explain Being's power. Oops, forgot to do that. But when you hit a green, you get a power from your Peggle Master. And for Bjorn, it was a little aim assist guide. So if you saw that little blue line, that's from our use of Bjorn. And here we're going to have a different one, because now we have Jimmy Lightning, who is the hamster that you're seeing up here. And he does multi-ball. So as you can see right there, when it hits the green, it'll spawn another ball. The usefulness, it will vary. It will vary on situation for this power, for sure. Bjorn's power is not super powerful, but it can be useful just about all of the time. That's the thing with it. Jimmy's, not quite as much. Ooh, nice free ball frenzy, though. That does help us a lot in possibly surviving this. Unfortunately, this level's a little bit tricky, and sometimes it will just do this. Yeah, legendary Peggle runner, and I really do mean legendary. I think he's earned that title. NoHA made these levels. Oof, man, tough. And they are appropriately Dark Souls themed because they are hard. Here we're going to do something called free balling, because I want to try to save this attempt, where I aim directly into the free ball bucket, and we got it. Nice. That was a close one, but all saved. So here we have another Dark Souls themed level. This is one of my favorite levels in all of Fevers, actually. I think it's really smooth and cool. One thing I really like with Panaha's level design here is that he made these levels very much with Jimmy in mind, where most of the time if you get a Jimmy shot, it'll do something cool. Whereas in certain levels in the original games, it's hard to see how Jimmy would be good for those levels. So I really appreciate that. They can be tricky though. Peggle Fevers is definitely one of the harder Peggle games that exist, because it was made by Peggle speedrunners, so we like a challenge. Does not mean you shouldn't try it out though. This is a free game, by the way, if you own Peggle Knights. If you own Peggle Knights, it is free to install. It's on Game Banana. It's very easy to install. It looks intimidating, but it's really not. I highly recommend checking it out. And yeah, there's a link. Yeah, if you just search Peggle Fevers on Game Banana. But also, if you come to the Peggle Discord, we've got links and can help with installation and all that good stuff, which you can find on any SRC Peggle page, because we all share the same Discord. So yeah, come hang out with us. This one has this sort of moving flow of pegs up here, and then all of these slides move as well. So part of the point of this is to make it kind of quote-unquote pixel or strat proof. So I was talking about those pixel shots I was using earlier. They don't really work with moving pegs because moving pegs change what kind of shot you're going to get. They vary the physics. So the strats that would normally be consistent are not as consistent with moving pegs. So this is kind of a no strats level on purpose from Panaha. Thank you, Panaha. Very cool. There are other ways to do strats that aren't just pixel shots, and we've seen it a couple times. I just haven't pointed it out yet. But you can also aim all the way to the right or left side of your screen. And that'll always give you a consistent shot every time as well. Or you can aim actually in the middle of the character portrait and get a center shot. I'll do that in one of the very late levels. All that matters is you get the exact same position for your shot every time. And then as long as there are no moving pegs to get in your way, you're gonna get the same shot every time. So there I did a couple of pixel shots to get those slides on the side. You don't need pixel shots, but it makes the pixel shots that I've specifically found make it so that the rest of the shot that happens after the slide is a little better. Oh, rude. Aiming is harder than it looks, people. There we go. That's a fun one because of the slides. I definitely recommend that level. It's fun. All right, last one in the Dark Souls Jimmy Lightning set, which is a funny combination to say out loud. We've got here. This one is pretty hard. This is a pretty hard level, oftentimes. So I'm trying to play it a little safe. Use the Jimmy to my advantage there. Very nice. Okay, we probably won't have to worry about this one. Normally I would, so I'm happy to get the safety today. Very good. Also, has our host resolved the Tiltify difficulties?
Our host has resolved the Tiltify.
Yay! Fantastic.
So,
do we have any messages?
We do not have any messages at the moment, but I would like to remind people that we still have an incentive open for the Peggle Fever challenges that we are about $25 away from. Satan, would you like to talk about what would happen if we hit that incentive?
Yes. Only $25, chat. I know you can do that. We need to hit that by the end of this run to see those bonus wacky challenges. So we made a challenge page with 5 challenges that are sort of special and funny and different than all of the other challenges in the game. One of them involves us shooting a ball through a super bouncy level. It's gonna look like a screensaver and be really funny. Another one of them is the second credits of the game, secret extra credits. And then another one, I'm not teasing all of them. You're gonna have to see, you're gonna have to actually donate if you wanna see them all. But I will tease a few. And the last one I'm gonna tease is one where we use a hidden power from the game's code, a power that was supposed to be implemented in Peggle Knights. We would get to see that if we did that Wacky Challenges incentive. So yeah, that would be awesome. $25, you can do it, chat. We can get a $5 donation train going, and maybe y'all can tell me about your favorite Peggle characters, or maybe what your favorite theme has been so far. So we've got our third theme and our third character here, Renfield, Pumpkin. And Renfield does a spooky ball, where if you hit the green, just like we're doing now, when the ball goes off of the screen, it'll come out of the top of the screen again, and it adds onto the same shot, so it's like good for points and stuff like that. The sad part about Renfield, unfortunately, is that he was better in Peggle Deluxe, and they made him worse in the Peggle Knights engine, which is what this game is running off of. What they did is in Peggle Deluxe, his shot gets improved a little bit by looking for a higher points shot, and orange pegs get more points than blue pegs, so that's usually going to be a better shot for you. But they removed that mechanic, so now it just comes down wherever it comes down, and it's usually not very good. So Renfield is one of the worst masters in the game, and it's slow as well because you can't control where that shot's going to go, and you're going to get another shot whether you like it or not. So, you know. But I really like the theme for these. It's kind of a haunted graveyard theme where Bjorn is trying to escape through a haunted graveyard, but Renfield is haunting him and thwarting his every move, which I think is cute. So we're going to see that story kind of play out throughout these level backgrounds if you want to take a close look. But yeah, Moon, what are we donating for, by the way? So not only would your donation go towards the challenges, which would be awesome, but it would also go to a good cause? What are we donating for?
That is a great question. We are raising money for Go Rescue, which is a dog shelter in Hampton, Virginia. Your donations are going directly to the shelter to help them fund supplies and keeping the dogs happy and healthy while they're on their way in the meantime, while they're waiting to find a new forever home.
That is awesome. I want to see some helping dogs be happy and healthy, and also some wacky Peggle challenges. And this is like the only place where you're going to be able to do both of those things at once. So come on, chat. We've got $25 to go. End of this run, you've only got like 45-ish minutes or something to do that now. So let's do it.
And that's going to go faster than you think it will. So
oh yeah,
if you're thinking of donating, I recommend sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
If you want to see those challenges.
Absolutely. And the sooner we get that challenges met, the sooner we can also open up new incentives and keep having fun at the marathon. So let's do it. All right. So as you can see here, Spooky Ball can sometimes make a decent shot, which is good because we really need it here. So thank you, Renfield. But it's really mostly by luck. The game is not helping us in any way. But that's one of the things I kind of appreciate about Peggle, is they really wanted to make a satisfying casual experience. So a lot of things are kind of rigged in your favor in a way that the game doesn't explicitly tell you. So, for example, the Renfield Microzen thing from Peggle Deluxe, but also the first level Microzen thing. There's also some Microzen actually in other levels in Peggle Deluxe, but that's a whole tangent we don't need to get on. But another thing that's nice that's sort of rigged in your favor that the game doesn't tell you about is if you hit no pegs with a shot, you're gonna get what looks like a fair coin flip to see if you get your ball back or not. But we've done some Peggle science, and we found out that that's not true. It's not fair. It actually is weighted in your favor, and minimally, it's probably about 60% in your favor, but in certain circumstances, it can get up to about 80%, where you'll get your ball back. So the game is cheating for you in a lot of fun ways. Ah, I love the music. So classic. And the sound design of this game is just incredible. This game really lives and dies by its sound design, I think. And they sure lived. I'm happy because we haven't had a death yet. Peggle Fevers is really hard. This is, once again, a fan-made game by Peggle, high-level Peggle speedrunners, so the challenge is intended and real. But we are about to get into one of the hardest stretches of 5 levels in the game, which are Cat Tut's levels here. So Cat Tut is our new Peggle master, and their power is to turn on a pyramid. So we'll see it once we hit a green. But it extends the edges of the free ball bucket for last-minute reprieves. That's what Cat says in Peggle Deluxe, so it's a meme. It's supposed to get you more free balls, but for speedrunners, it really just extends the lengths of your shot because you're getting more bounces, which is no fun, and nobody likes it. But we're gonna get it anyway, whether we like it or not. See, there we go. It did give us a free ball there, and in this level, which is a very difficult level, I'm not gonna complain too much about that. All of these are really hard, to be fair. All of the cat levels, you're liable to die in this game. Yeah, I definitely recommend picking up this challenge if you've played Peggle Knights, because Peggle Knights is already more difficult than Peggle Deluxe. So it's a nice little, like, step up on the difficulty curve, I feel like, that PopCap never actually made themselves. So I definitely do recommend, if you enjoyed Peggle Knights, I think Peggle Fevers is a really great experience. Also, you can see the theme of these 5 is the Dune movies, the most recent Dune movies, which is fun.
Satan, is now a good time for me to hop in with some exciting news?
Absolutely, please do.
We just reached the goal for those challenge runs, thanks to a generous $25 donation from ARPG ME, who says, love to see more communities getting together and working on events to have a good time and attempting to support charitable causes. Thank you to all the staff, volunteers, and runners for making the event possible. Also, you too, chat. Lesson 3. Thank you for the generous donation and for pushing us to reach the challenge run incentive. I'm so excited that we're going to get to see those challenges.
Woohoo! Thank you so much.
I'm also
yay. Continue.
I'm also going to take a quick moment to talk about another incentive that we have for a later run tonight. Once Tiltify. I'm having another Tiltify moment.
Tiltify boss. Come on, chat.
Yeah.
Support Moon.
I will provide more information.
In their Tiltify endeavors.
Tiltify sorted itself out.
Yay!
So
thank you,
another
Tiltify.
incentive that we have open later tonight, we have a run of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, and you can donate to push towards which game we'll be playing. Right now, Let's Go Eevee is in the lead by $18. So if you want to see Let's Go Eevee played and you want to ensure a comfortable margin, you can donate towards that. Or if you prefer to see Let's Go Pikachu, then you can go for that as well.
That was a save. I'm kind of glad that you were talking about that amazing bid war for which game you're gonna get, because that was a tricky save there, but we got it. So still deathless. Moving on to this level here, with a really cool big slide if you can get lucky enough to get it with the moving pegs. I think some of these level designs are super creative and have just great little gimmicks to them. This is definitely one of them. Big fan of this. Also, Poetry Stud made these levels, so shout out to Poetry for these creative levels. Yeah, great stuff. I'm super excited to be able to play those challenges. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Yay! You get to look forward to that at the end of the run. So definitely stick around. All right. Yeah, this one's a little hard here in the way that we've set it up, because there's a lot of moving pegs that are blocking us. Ooh, Cat Tut almost saved us a ball there, but didn't quite work out. Here I am specifically going to get the green on purpose, try to get free balls. Thanks, Cat, did not work. I tried to do a very specific timing there. That was tricky. Here, we're just gonna try to get lucky. We might lose, and that's okay. As I said before, yep, Cat Tut levels are very hard. These are probably the hardest single stretch of 5 levels in maybe the whole game, except for maybe the end of it. So losing is not a huge deal. We just continue on. Top level Peggle speedrunners will lose in their runs, even in the quote-unquote easier games. It is pretty common to do that. Getting bad angles here. So let's try to... Yeah, there we go. A little better. Not getting the slide, though. It's unlucky. Alright, well, hopefully we'll be okay on the second attempt. We'll see. One thing I might try to use at some point is the points multiplier. So on the right side of your screen, if you check that out, you'll notice a fever meter, and it's going to go up with every single orange peg that we hit. And at certain points, it's going to light up these numbers. And what does that mean? Well, it means that the points that we're going to get from each peg is actually multiplied by that number. So when you get more oranges, you're going to get more points per peg. The reason that that matters is because you can actually get free balls from getting enough points in a single shot. So if you get a big multiplier and then you hit that purple peg right there, which is going to rotate through different blues as the level goes on, blue pegs, then you are pretty likely to get yourself a free ball. There, we didn't really need to use that mechanic, but if you see me getting free balls from points later on, now you know how it works. So this is a fun one because this portal actually goes in there, and we're going to get to see the infamous water break, hopefully. Which basically means that the ball gets stuck in one place for a long time, and we can pull out our water bottles and take a little hydration break. Which, by the way, chat, if you haven't hydrated today, there's your reminder. So here we go. I cleared out the portal, and now we're going to see the ball go for a nice little ride. Look, Ma, no hands. I like doing this when I've hit a fair amount of other oranges in other parts of the run, or in other parts of the level, because it means that we're very likely to get a free ball because of this multiplier. Also, we got an orange attack, which is fun. That is 2/5 of remaining oranges in most scenarios. That's that style shot. Yeah, style points. Whoa, nice. That was 3 free balls from a single shot, which is the maximum that you can get from points on that shot. So that was cool.
That was an incredible shot.
Yeah, that was super cool to watch. I do like this level for that little cool thing that you can do with it. It does take a while, but both for just showing off in the marathon and also for safety, because it's definitely the most reliable way to beat the level. I wanted to go ahead and go for it. You can just break the circle and avoid the water break entirely, but I didn't want to, so we did it. And that ensured we won, so all good. Now we are at the the Stuart Little section of the game, which is real. We love Peggle Fevers. Please go play it. But anyways, oh, what a great first shot. Wow. Oh, yes. Yes, go Fevers. Okay, that's the best possible shot we can get from that opener strat. And we also got both greens on it. So we're playing with a new character called Splork up here. And yeah, these levels are Stuart Little themed for some reason. The some reason is because Panaha, who is the creator of the game, and also developer of many different parts of the game, loves Stuart Little. And specifically Stuart Little 2, the video game. He speedruns it, so there we go. But yes, we're playing with a new character called Splork, and Splork's power is Space Blast. That was an incredible clear, by the way. That might have been my gold on that. I'm not using my splits, unfortunately, so I can't check, but it might have been. Either way, the power for Splork is Space Blast. What that means is that when you get a green, it's going to go ahead and get a bunch of the pegs around it for free. So that's nice. There, I mistimed that, but it's probably still going to get some good stuff. So one general Peggle tip in general, but also for speedrunning, is oftentimes you're going to want to aim high. So that means picking the oranges that are highest up and trying to get them earlier in the level. That's because your shot may come down to the bottom of the screen and collect more stuff that you weren't intending to hit. You can only really predict a couple bounces in for your shot, and also just try to make the ball go to a general place that you want it to go. So, you know, it's more advantageous to try to make your own luck, basically, by aiming in appropriate places. Okay, unfortunately here, we have kind of a interesting scenario. Oh, I was hoping to get a free ball from that. I think we're still okay, though. Yep, we do have a direct shot here, so that means we win this level. This one can be a little bit tricky sometimes, so glad we got it. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. I really like this sort of like card formation that we've got going on here. Also, the level background's quite funny. It's sad Stuart and family. Please play this game. If you own Peggle Knights, it's free. It's on Game Banana, as I said before. Definitely come play Peggle Knights, check out our work. I think it's hysterical and also super fun. There's a lot of great level design elements, and yeah, you can try your own hand at it. Also, I'll be showing off the wacky challenges today, but I'm not going to be showing off the vast majority of challenges in this game. So there is content that you're not going to be able to see today, for sure. You can also try your hand at free balling and full clearing these levels. So what that means is getting every single peg off of the screen, or doing ace scores. So that's attempting to get a very high score that we've preset in these levels. Here I'm going to do a free ball because this last orange is unfortunately super blocked off, so I want to make sure I have all the balls I need to be able to get to it. I really can't get to it in almost any way here, so we're just gonna clear a nice path to it. Oh, there we go. Very nice. And there we go. All right. This one's fun and has a nice little spinny wheel in the middle, and we've got a really nice screen here that's going to help us be able to clear most of that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some oranges from other parts of the board first to get the multiplier up, and then we can have a big old shot here eventually once we get to it. Okay, unfortunately you can't hit it direct there, so we'll have to wait. There we go. Nice, satisfying
awesome.
big
That
shot.
was so cool.
Yeah, I really love having a green in the middle there. Sometimes I even reset for it. So as I said before, you're going to get a different pattern of oranges every time you beat up a level, but that's also true for every other color type. For the 2 greens that you get in the level, and also wherever the purple spawns at the beginning. So a strategy, especially if you're doing stuff like full clear or ace scores, is to reset the level for a better generation, set of peg spawns that you want. So sometimes I do reset this level to get the greens in the middle. This time I didn't because we already had a green in the middle. So I was fine. But just talking about what we'd do if we didn't. All right, this is the last level in this set of 5. So say a preemptive goodbye to Splork. We're going to be moving on from them and moving on to a new master soon. Also, I'm saying them for Splork and for Cat Tut because, fun fact, Splork and Cat Tut have never had canon pronouns in the whole series. There's never been a piece of media, at least that I can find, and I did a pretty deep dive on this, that has mentioned either of them by pronoun. So, there you go. We don't know. All right, look at how beautiful that is. Splork is so cool for getting just giant point shots because it just gets a ton of points for you in a single blow. The way that score is calculated in this game is that for the shot, it adds up all of the points that you get from each peg that you get and adds them up, and then multiplies that by the amount of pegs that you get. So that's why they have the multiplier. It's so that shots can still get a lot of points, even when you have fewer of them to multiply the actual shot by. All right, now we have Claude the Lobster here. Claude is going to turn the game into a classic game of pinball. Also, Claude is French for some reason. That just is a Claude fact. So we're going to see that here in a second. Claude's the only power where you can make an active difference to the shot after you've released the ball. The only one in the whole game. All the other ones happen before or passively during. So like Cat Tut's, pyramid power is sort of a passively during the thing. And as you can see, these flippers are down here in the corners, so the level design is making it so that the ball is more naturally going to go towards the corner. And here we get some nice picked up oranges and also a free ball from points by flipping. So that's showing you one dimension of usefulness of the flipper power, but there's actually kind of 2 more hidden mechanics the flipper power has, I like to call them. The first is that it actually restricts where the ball bucket can go, and it usually means that you're going to get more free balls. The second is that if there are any orange pegs in the area of the flippers, the game will move those oranges to what were previously blue pegs. So that can make some harder to reach oranges actually more accessible. In both Peggle Fevers and Peggle Nights, the level designs don't really allow you to take advantage of that. In Peggle Deluxe, you can, though. In Peggle Deluxe, there are levels where that really matters. Although, unfortunately, even with all those cool bonuses to Plod's power, it's still pretty slow. Having to bounce around more on those flippers does take up more time, and it usually does more harm than good in that sense. So, oh well. Sorry I spent a bunch of time complimenting you, Plod. Is what it is. This would be a really good time, by the way, if the host has anything they'd like to say about the charity, any additional messages.
Yeah. Now it'll be a thank you for that, because we just had a donation come in from FBL who says donating to Satan. I don't know why I had to fill out this contract in blood, but I'm sure the fine print isn't important. Thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you.
And additionally, we've had a new incentive just open up. I already touched upon the Let's Go Pikachu versus Eevee bid war that's still going, but we also have an incentive for Rhythm Sprout, which is a game coming up later in the marathon, to unlock some bonus songs. In fact, if we raise $40 to meet that incentive, the runner will play 5 bonus songs during the Rhythm Sprout run. So if you want to see those bonus songs, and by extension more holidays allowed, then be sure to get those donations in.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that incentive sounds so cool. I would absolutely love to see more songs. Chad, I'm sure that you're with me. Also, thank you for the donation. Don't worry, your contribution is going to a good cause. And by that, I'm thinly talking about the soul that you've donated me, and also the money that you've donated to Go Rescue. All right. This is a cool level, I think, because I feel like we have some really good glint shots. I like being able to go sort of into that slide and getting this sort of middle part of Christ the Redeemer here. Speaking of, why is Christ the Redeemer in this level? It's because Claude's dream is to travel the world, apparently. Claude's fever dream, anyway. Yeah, some of the Peggle characters have fever dreams that they're in different video game franchises. Some of them are traveling the world, I suppose. There's a huge variety of things. If you are a fan of certain video game franchises, keep your eyes peeled. Do not go anywhere, because there are some really great video game references that are going to come up in the rest of this game as well. Try to guess what franchises that you might see. If you're right in chat, then I'll say congratulations. Good luck. This one is going pretty smoothly, I'd say. I'm gonna try to get a 2-in-1. Aw, that was rude. Unfortunately, this middle thing means that I have to clear it out a little bit. As you can see here, I'm trying to resolve the whole Claude thing faster, but that's an example of it being a little slow for us. All right, very nice. So there you can see that I just aimed straight down, and that went right into that 50k bucket down there. That's part of what's called the fever in this game, the extreme fever, and that happens at the end of every level. And the fever is actually a big source of time loss for Peggle speedrunners, because the ball can really bounce on those bumpers for a really long time. So if you are able to plan your final shot so that it goes straight into one of those buckets there, then you're gonna get a lot of time saved from that. So that's a big strategy that we try to use. Here I left a right side shot because I noticed that there were a bunch of orange pegs there, and if you get a bunch of orange pegs in a shot, you get more points. You're more likely to get a free ball from points. So it's a lot of strategy. Looking at the board as it comes up, noticing what kinds of features you have and where your oranges are, planning around it, and also just trying to make your own luck, making scenarios where the game's RNG can go well for you. Here, this level is a really random and hard level. A lot of the time you lose it just because you lose it. Luckily here, we actually have done very well for ourselves. These purple things here will transport your ball to come out of this spire here, as you can just see right there. Luckily, it hasn't been too much of a headache for us, and we get through nice and easy. Oh, that's all I can ask for, really. Beautiful. And now we've got the Brian Rothstein levels. So Brian Rothstein was a PopCap developer, PopCap being, of course, the developer of this game, and many other classics from its era, like Chuzzle Deluxe, which is what this level is based off of. It's based off of Chuzzle Deluxe because developer Brian Rothstein works on them. Brian was the main level designer for Peggle Deluxe, and he contacted us after the SGDQ 2023 run to basically say, your run was awesome, and I want to chat with y'all. So we got a little while to talk with him, which was really cool, and I appreciate him coming to the community and just hanging out with us for a while. Of course, this level is referencing the mechanics of Chuzzle, which is where the puffs move around by column and by row. Here, the level designer, Britcha, decided to just go for rows moving around, and it's just these two that are moving. But you have to plan around them, and also with the little shakes, it makes it harder to get consistent shots here for sure. This one's interesting because I have cleared out quite a bit of the level, but some of the stuff that's left is kind of hard to reach. So we'll see what we can do. I think we're gonna be okay in surviving. Oh, and there we go. That's very nice. And we're done. So it was kind of blink and you miss it. The new power here, we've got Tula, who's wearing Brian's glasses, which is a funny little quirk. But she gets 20% of the remaining oranges when you hit the green. Her power is called Flower Power. It's really, really powerful. It's the best power in Peggle Knights, pretty much, because not only does that get you a bunch of oranges if it goes at the beginning of the level, but if you wait until the end of the level, her minimum of oranges she can get with that power is 2. So what that means is you can actually save a green for 2 really difficult to reach oranges at the end of the level, or even 4 if you save both greens, and you can save a bunch of time that way. So here I'm trying to do that by avoiding this green and trying to hit the ones that are a little bit more accessible. Oof, that was poorly judged on my part. All right, it's okay, is what it is. And if I can hit these 2, unlucky. That's okay. I can hit that now, and then we can go ahead and hit this. And then we don't have to dig to either of those really annoying pegs. Definitely a plus. So here is a level, the previous one was based off of the game Burger Shop, which of course Brian also worked on. This one is based off of a game that I'm sure many of you have played before, Zuma. The ball clacking and matching game, where you do shoot balls at other balls. So it's almost like Peggle, where you shoot balls at pegs. PopCap had some similar ideas, I suppose, around this time. For this level, I definitely want to hit at least 1 green at the beginning, because it is a really kind of random and difficult level, where you might just not win, and getting more oranges is probably going to be the more advantageous play than letting that green go for the end. Because nothing is, like, impossible to hit, almost, by itself at any point, but there's just a lot of scattered oranges. We got super lucky with that previous shot there, and that is going to let us win this one. Whereas this one sometimes can actually be really dangerous. So very, very happy we got that luck there. This next level is probably the hardest in the set of 5 though. So let's hope that we can get it. This level is based around Insane Aquarium, another PopCap classic. And we've got these fish here that are actually blockers. So they will block our way when we try to shoot. So you have to use good timing to be able to get your shots. Luckily there, that was really good timing. Hooray. Aw. Yay. Okay, good. Still got everything I wanted there. And there's a lot of them, so it's hard to time correctly. Also, you might have seen that tan character going around on the bottom. That guy's called Gus, and Gus is dangerous for us because he actually will eat your ball if it goes into Gust. So that's a really creative mechanic that did not show up in any of the original Peggle games. Is a part of the board that will just go ahead and make your ball stop existing if you hit it. That was a super clean one, and I shot it back into Gust to make that fever go faster. I'm amazed that worked. I'm very, very happy that it worked. I don't usually get to do that, so happy about that. And here is finally the last one in this set, which is, well, Peggle. The classic Peggle Deluxe credit scene here with Brian's name in the middle. A final tribute towards his contributions towards these PopCap games. Yeah, here we have a really interesting generation where there's almost no oranges on the spinning parts. In fact, there might be none at all, which is extremely unusual. So very, very interesting generation we've got going on here. I've never seen it be so centralized, I guess. All right, did we hit our other green? Yes, we did. So what we need to do is clear a path towards some of these oranges, because we are going to need to hit some of them, unfortunately. There we go. Hooray. And there we are. Very fast. Very, very fast. We're speeding through. All right, here we've got Lord Cinderbottom, who looks a little different from usual. He has a fever dream that has landed him in the Mario Kart universe, and specifically in Mario Kart Wii, which happens to be my nostalgic childhood Mario Kart game. So I like this set. They're from Mindia, these ones, who is a prolific Peggle custom content maker. If you see custom content online, it is often from Mindia. He does a lot of this kind of stuff. You don't just have to make full game mods either if you make Peggle custom content. You can make level packs, which are groups of levels. Usually people make those in 5s, but you can make them in other amounts as well. As you can see there, Cinder's power is Fireball, and you can just shoot a big old fireball that goes through all the pegs. And the ball bucket also gets covered for the first bounce, so you can bounce things to places and make a better shot than you would have been able to otherwise. This one's a bit of a tricky level that I've been struggling with lately, so I'm happy to see a win on it. It also has some bouncy pegs in the middle of it, which is kind of interesting. All right, I have an opener sequence I really like here, so hopefully we'll be able to pull it off. All right, which peg are we going here? Yes, this one, one left. I am using a document to reference my shots here. Oh, that might ruin it. Let's see. Nope, it doesn't. Yay, big slide. Those 3 shots all together make that big slide possible, which I think is super fun. Here we're gonna try to make a very productive fireball bounce. Worked out pretty well. Nice, very good.
All right, Satan, I'm curious because I also had nostalgia for the Mario Kart Wii. What was your favorite course?
Great question. I mean, we're in the Coconut Mall level right now, and Coconut Mall is, of course, a classic, so that's definitely up there for me. But it might not be straight up Coconut Mall. There's so many good ones. I'm a big fan of this one's coming up as well, personally. I really like, oh gosh, what's it called? DK Summit is this one, I believe? Yes? I hope I'm right about that. Yeah, good.
Yeah, this is my dad's favorite level.
Aw, that makes sense. This is a great one. I really like this course. I really liked all of Star Cup. I was a big fan of Koopa Cape. For some reason, it sparked my imagination as a kid. I would make up like little stories with it and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. DS Peach Gardens, the remake, I don't know. For some reason, I really liked. There's so many good courses in Mario Kart Wii. Chat, if you want to donate with your favorite Mario Kart Wii course, I would love to hear about them. That would be such a fun donation train. Maybe we get a $5 donation train for that that rhythm incentive that we've got coming up later. Hmm?
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, come on, let's talk Mario Kart Wii. Or whatever favorite Mario Kart that you have from your childhood. There were so many.
Well, venturing off from Mario Kart Wii, I remember that Mario Kart DS had one of those battle stages that
Oh,
was shaped
yeah.
like a DS, and
Like a
I thought that was
DS?
like
Oh, the
such a cool
classic.
level design.
Yeah, that's super, super fun. I loved that one too. I'd play Mario Kart DS all the time. Still can't believe to this day they went for Rob as one of the, like, and Drybone. One of the, like, 8 characters in that game. Oh, so
Have we
good.
seen Rob again since?
Not in the
I
Mario
don't think
Kart
we
game.
have.
I don't think so. That's so funny. What a legendary choice. Mario Kart, what a funny franchise. And we've got another tribute here with a Koopa Cake themed level, as I was talking about before. One of the best for sure. And then chat, what do you think the 5th level's gonna be? It's another iconic one. Go ahead and take your pick. I'll give you a hint, it's an original Mario Kart level. Just like the other ones have been so far. Yeah, another question, I guess, for chat, and you can answer, of course, in donations or in the chat, is if you were to see any Mario Kart stage remade, which stage would you want to see? Of course, I know a lot of them were remade recently with the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe packs, but there are a lot of them that still haven't gotten their time to shine. All right, now we've got the beautiful Maple Tree Way. That is the last of them. If anybody guessed Maple Tree Way, congratulations. You were right. Another iconic classic, of course, from this game. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a fireball on that side because I have another opener shot on this side I'd like to do. That's another thing with the fireball, though. If you get it early and you have a sequence of shots that you actually want to complete, it might be advantageous to go for a maybe slightly less good fireball at the very beginning so that you can get your shot that you know the outcome to off. So there, that was my choice, but you could make a different choice. That's the really cool thing about Peggle is you can do so many different things in this game. There we get to see the POW block power there, which is to make the ball extremely bouncy, which is, I think, very fun. But yeah, you can play this game in so many different ways, not just like speedrun versus casual versus points, hunting versus whatever, but even within speedrunning, there's so many different strategies you can use. There's not like agreed upon best strategies for almost any level in the Peggle franchise. And you can use easier ones, you can use harder ones, you can not use them at all and just play. There's a lot of different ways that you can play this game and a lot of different ways you can speedrun this game. It's really accessible as a speedrun too. You just pick it up and you go. Awesome. Thank you, Warren. So now we've got our new power and our new master, Warren Rabbit, and he's showing off his new power, Magic Hat. So Magic Hat adds another little hitbox on top of our ball here, but it's not collision, so it just gets more stuff that's above your ball wherever it goes, which is actually a generally very good power. We're not really seeing its full effect here with these shots, unfortunately, a little unlucky, but Magic Hat's really, really good. And I say thank you, Warren, because Warren's power is to gamble. It's to be a little random. Warren canonically had a gambling addiction that Bjorn saved him from, by the way. That's not a joke. That's the implication of many lines in Peggle Deluxe. Or not many, but several. Anyway, Peggle Deluxe lore aside. If you get the green, Warren's gonna give you 4 choices. 2 of those are Magic Hat, so you get half chance of getting the Magic Hat power. In Peggle Knights, that's actually buffed from Peggle Deluxe, where it was only a 4th chance of getting Magic Hat. Thank goodness they changed that, because again, Magic Hat's a really good power. That's fine. And then the other 2 choices are triple score, so that's gonna do what it says and triple your score at the end of the shot. And any master that we've already seen, it can have a spot in there. So right now we're still sticking to Magic Hat, which is good. That is my preference, unless there's a specific scenario in which a different master's power would be better. which can happen certainly. Fireball and Space Blast and Flower Power, which are some of the best powers in the game, are available, for example. But we do like Magic Hat. Yes, yes. So very happy to see it. We've already cleared out a lot of this level by using Magic Hat effectively, which I'm very happy to see. And as you can see, our next level theme is Cuphead. Another great game. These are from GrowTM. Oh, we've got our triple score here. As you can see, triple score does count towards those free balls, by the way. So you can actually get an extra free ball if you're lucky. I miscalculated that movement there. And there we go. If we got any Cuphead fans in chat, I'm sure we do. I am sure we do. It's a great game. Definitely one I've sunk a lot of hours into. Even though I'm bad at it. Still super fun. Here we've got the devil on the left side of the screen here, who is stealing my brand, but that's neither here nor there. Threatening our main characters here. We get to see Tula's power again. All right, she's back. She'll be back later again too, actually. The final 5 levels of this game, you are not forced to use a specific power like you are in the rest of the game. We're actually going to be choosing our own masters, and they're called the master levels because of that. And Tula, because she's one of the best in the game, we will be seeing again for those levels. We'll also be seeing Cinder. I think those are the only ones. Oh no, there's one more that we're going to see later that we will be using from the master levels as well. So stay tuned, you haven't seen it all. There's a lot yet to come. Awesome. Pretty efficient level, not a bad one. And we've been cruising for a little while here, and I'm really hoping that holds for this level, because this is a tough one. You can see that it's based off of the Carnival, one of the Carnival levels. Oh, I like Flower Power here, that's a good choice. From Cuphead, and you can see that that includes this moving little carousel guy down here, which does include some pegs, and they can be orange. So luckily here we don't actually see a ton of oranges on this thing. Which is good. We would rather not. That makes it a little bit more difficult to deal with things. Do get a triple score though, which is not preferred. I would have rather seen a Magic Hat. Oh, we are gonna get a extra free ball from triple score there though, which is good. Triple score lasts for 2 turns, and so does Magic Hat, so it encapsulates the turn that you get it and the next turn. So you have 1 turn where you just get what you get, and then the next turn you can actually plan your shot around the power. Oh, I was hoping to get a bounce back there, but that's okay. And there we go. Thank goodness we had a nice easy level there. That one can be really hard. Really, really hard. All right. And this is a really cool level gimmick where the screen actually scrolls to put in the entire level eventually. Oh, I got the wrong shot there, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna roll with that. So we got the good slide. That's a really cool gimmick. GrowTM made these levels. Very, very creative levels here. So definitely big shout out. Lots of creative level design, and also working with the Peggle editor to do some really innovative stuff. Nobody thought that this was possible. This is not a thing that happened in the original games. Like scrolling the background and putting parts of the level in as it goes is just a thing that Grow came up with. So very, very cool. We're gonna have another level late. In fact, the very last level that's going to have a somewhat similar mechanic, but it's gonna be a little different. So excited to show that off as well. Ooh, nice, very good. All right. Yeah, that one I don't think I had a clean shot to, so just had to remove a blue in front of it, and there we go. Very clean, a very, very clean Warren stage. Very happy to see that. All right, now for the second to last regular set of levels. So we've got 15 left. We've got the Who levels. So this is Master Who, the little owl that we've got here. And his power is a little bit of like an aimbot. I'm sure if you played Peggle as a kid, you'll remember this one because you felt powerful using him. But the secret to his power is that it actually is based on points. So as we established earlier, oranges are worth more than blues. So oftentimes Who will go for a shot with lots of oranges, but the purples are also worth a lot. So as you can see there, Who went for that purple because it was nice and valuable. and also went for a lot of oranges. So what you want to do with a Zen shot is you want to aim somewhere with a lot of oranges, and either also aim for a spot with with a purple in it as well, so that Who can just go for both, or you aim away from the purple, so that Who would rather get the oranges. There's a little bit of strategy there, but of course, Who's gonna find a shot you can't predict, so you gotta just do your best. That was incredibly fast, by the way. That was the fastest clear I've done of that level, easily. I'll have to look and see if that's a world record clear of that level later, because it might be. That was really, really fast. Anyways, off to the next level here. As you can see, the background is very serene and cool. This one was done by Parker Dude. It's an actual painting background, but the rest are going to be photos that Panaha took. Panaha lives in Finland, and there's some really nice scenery in Finland, so it's all about celebrating the beautiful natural landscape of Finland. These 5. Sometimes when there's moving pegs, Who can just do whatever he wants. That was wild. That was amazing. Thank you, Who. Wow, another super fast clear. These are really, really good. Who is helping us out a lot today. Oh, nice, and we got another lucky shot there. Wow. All right, come on, Who. All right, I don't mind that. I was thinking he was gonna go for a slide up here and get that purple and get some stuff off of it, but it actually was more points advantageous to just go in the middle and get a bunch of oranges. I will not complain. Oop, that was my bad. That one. But cleared out the center, so we're looking pretty good. Who is really great when you have a lot of moving pegs, because you can't it's harder for you as a player, as a human, to predict where your ball is going to go when there's a bunch of moving pegs. So it makes sense to sort of put moving pegs in Who levels for that reason. There, I aimed specifically away from the purple so that Who could get oranges, and we really needed him to, so it worked out pretty well. Nice, that's gonna give us safety for these final shots. Perfect. And there we go. Nice. I was a little worried about that one, so happy we pulled it out. Okay, this is a really unique level, where... Oh, wrong bolt. That's okay, no big deal. I was supposed to aim on the right side of the screen. I just forgot. Actually, I'm gonna restart that. You can do tactical restarts, if you're thinking about it. If you have a bad start to a level, you can just restart it really quickly. Be fine. I'm actually going to grab both greens early here because I think that that's usually more advantageous in this level than not to. Usually I would grab a green early to get a bunch of pegs out of the way, and then grab a green late to try to finish off the level with Who, or finish off most of the level. But in this one, I decided I wanted to just clear a bunch of stuff early. Okay, fair. I'm going to try to get an extra free ball. No, that's okay. Beautiful. This is going so well. Chat, I just want to say the late game of this run has really been a treat. So this is the final level of the Who I don't know what you'd call it. Quintuplet, I suppose. And it's actually a reference to a Peggle Deluxe level called Donuts, where there's a bunch of circles that you have to navigate, but the twist is that now the donuts move around. In this one. Hoping for a little better there, but that's okay.
That's so cool. There are so many cool levels in this mod pack.
I know, I love
it. Everyone who like worked on this, y'all did amazing.
Aw, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I love this game. I'm really proud of it. I think we did a fantastic job making some really creative levels. I think it is an absolutely fantastic casual experience. It's a little bit less of a consistent speedrun experience because there's a lot of levels where there's a fair amount of randomness, but casually, I think this is a super, super fun and cool and creative and interesting time. So if you have Peggle Nights and you're looking to pick up a free experience, this is a really fun time. We've also got, nice, thank you for the kick the bucket, very cool. We've also got all of the challenges, all 60 challenges we've replaced with new challenges, so It's not just the adventure mode here, which you're seeing. And of course, you'll be seeing the wacky challenges as well, so a little taster of those, but all sorts of them there. All right. Okay, I gotta think about this one. I think we're gonna do that. Maybe not the best idea. We'll see. All right, so now we have the final new power introduced in this run. It's going to be Marina Squid up here. She does an Electro Bolt. So as you just saw, the Electro Bolt power will go ahead and make a line from wherever you hit your first peg to the ball bucket, and it will get all the pegs in there. It'll also do the entire subsequent shot too. Ooh, that was unlucky. I was hoping to do that late enough that it would get the purple. That's gonna make this a very hard level clear now. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that was unlucky. Nice. That's really unlucky. I was hoping to not get something like that. Oh, actually it might have been really lucky. Okay. That's good enough. I think we can complete the level now. All right, that was a little scary. I am glad we made it out of this one alive. I just have to be smart in my subsequent shots. So take a moment just to focus up here. Make sure I don't mistime it. There we go, all done. So these are based off of, as you can see, the little, not the Little Mermaid, Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo, the movie. So these are just some nice, relaxing backgrounds, chronicling this story, plus some really hard level designs to go with them. The current, probably best Peggle Knights player, Whale11, made these levels here. He is really, really talented at Peggle Knights and wanted a big challenge for Marina's levels, and he absolutely made that happen, so GG. They are full of moving pegs, which, as I said before, are harder for Peggle runners to deal with because it's hard to predict the shot that will come after your shot. There's all sorts of difficult level elements and stuff to deal with. But the good news is that they're very well designed for Marina. So Marina's power is really nice for vertical shots, for like vertical lines. So this one had a lot of oranges in the middle, and so we were able to use some really nice vertical lines with Marina to clear it out. She also can do some really good stuff with horizontal lines as well, like as we're gonna see in this level, probably. So these particular levels are really well designed for her power, I think. And of course that was the intention, so well done, Whale.
And it's now an okay time for me to hop in with a donation?
Absolutely, please do.
All right, kicking off that $5 donation train that we started back around the Mario Kart levels. We have $5 from Lab Member, who says, "Good luck with the rest of the run, Satan. I really like the Bowser's Castle tracks in a lot of the games. Really cool designs all around, smiley face."
Absolutely, Bowser's Castle is so cool. I love the Mario Kart version of the Wii version of that. I also love the Mario Kart 8 version of Bowser's Castle. I think they both really stand out to me.
Yeah, I think the Mario Kart 8 Bowser's Castle is probably my favorite.
It's really good. I agree. That's a great one. Chad, if you've got your favorite Bowser's Castle versions from the Mario Karts to add, bring them in. Also, actually, I have to give a shout out real quick to the Mario Kart DS Bowser's Castle. With the big spinning, what's it called? The big spinning thing.
Yeah, the big spinning thing.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
And all the fire bars and everything. If you remember that one, you're a real one. DS fans, rise up. Yeah, this is one of the trickier levels. It's just got a ton of moving pegs. But luckily, we do have Marina's power, so we're going to try to deal with it by aiming at that purple, so that we could get a free ball from points, and that was successful, luckily. that's definitely a big thing that you have to think about in these late levels here, is how to get free balls while you're doing your shots, because you're on average going to need to take more shots to complete the level, of course. So making sure that you know where that's coming from is an important thing to do. Here, I don't think we're even going to need to use 2 marinas, though, so woohoo! There we go. The fewer shots, the better, usually. So if you can take a time to avoid one, that's generally what you want to do. All right, here I'm going to start in an area where we're not going to get the green to try to get the orange multiplier up a little bit. Unfortunately, that wasn't a very good shot, so let's abandon that plan. A little bit. Here we've got our final level in the set of 5 here, and then we're going to have the next 5 levels, which, as I talked about earlier, are the master levels, and then we are going to end the game. That is the last one, the set of 5 master levels. So we're coming up on time pretty quickly here. Thank you. Not super quickly. We have got more than 5 minutes left, but you know, we're getting closer. So if you've been here, thank you so much for watching. I love this game. I absolutely love showing it off. I've had a great time here with you all today. So yeah, if you're interested in this game, once again, it's free on Game Banana. For if you have Peggle Knights, you can install it. And Peggle Knights is usually at maximum $5 on Steam. So it's a very accessible grab. That level went well. And yeah, if you need some help with installation, or you just want to talk about Peggle and all that good stuff, you can come to the Peggle Discord. On any SRC Peggle page, you can find us, because we all share one. So yeah. Here I'm going to do a pixel shot to open up the level with a consistent shot, and we do have Tula Sunflower back. So this level's actually special. I mentioned Brian Rothstein earlier as the inspiration for a lot of those, for the Tula levels. Well, he actually helped make this game, and his contribution to this game, this level. There's a specific level in Peggle Deluxe called Zen Frog that is really, really punishing for speedruns. It is super random, you can often just lose it, and it's very close to the end of the game, so it's definitely a not favorite among speedrunners. So we asked Brian when we started talking to him, we said, why did you make these levels, or this level? It's so hard. And he said, you just gotta be Zen. So he took that and ran with it for his level design, which I think is very funny. It's spelled out Visen, but we cleared out so many pegs you can't tell anymore, so I'm saying it again. As you can see, the backgrounds here are going to be kind of spacey themed. This one has Bjorn and Who in silhouette. We're going to see a bunch of the other Peggle Masters throughout the set here, and it'll be fun. This one's all about slides. Slide City is what it's literally called. And we're going to go ahead and do some fun slides in it. But it also is about some moving pegs, so you have to make sure you have the right timing. Cinder is going to be really helpful for us to be able to clear out big lines of pegs here. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice one there. This slide, unfortunately, is not super clean because you'd have to clear out all of those extra circle pegs to be able to do it. So we use Cinder instead in a speedrun context, in any percent speedrun context anyway. Speaking of any percent, I should mention the other categories for this game. So right now there's not quite as many on SRC that are official as certain other Peggle games, because we don't have like a category extensions for it or anything like that. But you can play this game in a lot of different ways. So you can do a bunch of different styles of NG+. The main one, of course, being straight up NG+, where you choose your Peggle Master for every level. You just replay Adventure Mode, but you can choose any Peggle Master for any level, which is super fun. You can also do individual master runs. So what that means is you just choose one Peggle Master and you complete the entire game with them. So that means you have to get familiar with how that Peggle Master works and be strategic in your level clears, which is very fun. All right, I could have used that second fireball a little bit wiser, but the first one was really good. So I think we're looking at a clearable like clockwork here. This is one of my other favorite levels in this game. I think it's just gorgeous, honestly. Like, I just love looking at it. It's really beautiful, really well made. And it's risky. It is a hard clear for a speedrun for sure. So getting it feels really gratifying because you're like, it makes you feel like a true Peggle master. Here, we're gonna go ahead and wait for the pegs to move around so I can get some better shots. Nice. And then we're gonna get a clear here, which is very nice. You don't always get a first try like clockwork, so I'm very happy to see this. Master level's going really well so far, and we've only got 2 more levels left for the rest of the game, so we're almost done. Ah! So we are actually gonna use Master Who here, because we've got these what it looks like grayed out pegs at the top of the board here, and those are actually bumpers. And we have a bunch of moving pegs here as well. So we're kind of going to use Who to help us with some shots that we would not be as able to predict with our feeble human minds. All right, not a great start. If this shot isn't good, I'll reset. Oh, actually, we're going to get it Zen, so I'll take a look at that shot. And then we'll reset the level if we need to. Here, I decided to aim towards the purple. It just means that Who has a higher chance of getting a better shot. All right, that was pretty good. I'm gonna keep on with this. Yeah, especially given that was good. This is one of the tougher levels in the game, so I'm taking a little bit of focus time here. If the host has anything they'd like to say, this is a really good opportunity. How are we gonna do this one?
Yeah, once again, for everyone who's coming in late, we are raising money for Go Rescue Animal Shelter this weekend. If you would like to donate, you can use !donate. They're an animal shelter in Hampton, Virginia, and your donations will go to our
Sorry, that was a really good save.
dogs.
Continue.
Well, in the process of finding them homes.
Absolutely. Donate towards Go Rescue. It's a great cause. And we have our final level here in Peggle Fevers. So this is a really special level because it scrolls. We've got the first half of the level up here on the top, and then it scrolls right on down. You can see when it's going to scroll by tracking that big hourglass up in the top right corner, which we put there for, for general utility. And the scroll is actually sometimes going to be really useful because you can bring shots from one half of the level down into the other half, just like this. And it'll continue the shot, so you can get points just from everything. Pretty cool. This one has all of the creators of Peggle Fevers in the background. So as you can see, my little spicy pea icon is right there. We've got everybody else hanging out. There's Brian Rothstein in this corner. So it's a really fun final level. I helped out by making these little constellation designs that are in the background. It's my contribution to this level. Yeah, and it's almost about to end, so I'm happy to have been with you all here. I'm going to do a cool thing to end here. I'm not going to do it yet because I don't think I quite had the shot there. But one thing you can do is actually wait for the level to scroll. And then shoot mid-scroll. And that's that. GG. That's the any percent run. Can I have my time on this one, actually, Moon? What was the time on this run? I'd love to know. Because I have a sneaking suspicion this was a PB. Also get set up for our incentive. Got the credits here. No holidays, the honorable title of Master of Fevers. Still more trophies to win, so we've got to go to the challenges.
Oh, I accidentally muted myself, but your final
No
time was 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 32 seconds.
That's close. That's really close to a PB. If we hadn't lost that one level in Cat Tut, that probably would have been a PB. So, good run. Good run. Very good run. So, I am happy with that. And we get to see the incentive that y'all donated for. Thank you so much for donating towards this incentive. This is going to be the wacky stuff run, which is just these 5 wacky challenges back to back. And I'm going to be explaining how they all work when they happen. So if we could get a new timer for this, that'd be great, and I'll let you know when to start. But if we don't want to do that, then no worries either. I will go ahead and count myself down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So what's the deal with this one? It looks just like 1-1 again. The ball went up. So this is our first wacky challenge. It has reversed the direction of gravity. So we can actually, we actually have to try to complete this while the ball goes up instead of down. Very tricky to be able to do this well, but we're gonna do our best. So here I'm using Marina so that we can focus on some of these bottom pegs. Ooh, that was unlucky. Because the farther down ones are often the harder ones to get. That was a good shot, though. Very lucky. Yeah, of course, this level being picked for this challenge because it has a bunch of ways where the ball can get stuck. You also can get free balls, just as I was demonstrating there, by still going into wherever the ball bucket is when it goes off the top of the screen. Pretty funny. We should be able to get this one. And there we go. First challenge done. And then we have not done at all. So this is the previous donuts level, but the donuts are switching all the time. They're just constantly going. And you only start with 6 balls. Have fun. Oh, I'm sad we didn't get a free ball in the first shot there. That means this is probably not a clear, but we'll try it anyway. Why not? So this one's very, very wacky. You cannot get your bearings, like, at all in this one. You have to just go and hope that something happens that's good. Just like that. That was good. Did I plan it? No. I'll admit that. Am I happy about it? Yes. I love this one. I hope, chat, you're having fun with this. I love Peggle Fevers. I'm so proud of this. Panaha initially wanted us to have even fewer balls in this challenge. We talked him up. Panaha really wanted Fevers to be challenging, and to his credit, it sure is. Alright, there we go. Yay, we got it. Alright, hidden powers. So this is the one I teased earlier, where we are going to be able to get to use the hidden power found in the game's code. So something happened there that wasn't quite normal. Basically, the hidden power that we are using here is a ball floating technique. So if you click on the left mouse when the ball is flying in the air, you can get it to float a little bit. That was almost a really unconventional clear of this one. So here, the ball would miss, but I've just floated it up so that it doesn't. And now we continue. So I actually want to preserve as many balls as I can for the 3rd round here, because it's a 3-act challenge, so I'm trying to get some free balls here. By shooting at the right time. Ah, unlucky. Not quite. And then floating it back to the ball bucket, and then this one doesn't matter, so we just shoot it. Also, as you can see, this is where we snuck in the Hollow Knight reference in this game. Here, unfortunately, I did leave a brick there, so that'll be a little hard to complete, but we'll see. If you lose any one of these, you do have to restart. So we're gonna try to get this brick. It's gonna be a little tricky, because you do run out of power after a while, so we almost got it there. But not quite. Got it. Yay. Alright, we're probably fine then. And then we're gonna get our final one. So unfortunately, we could only find a way to activate this power in the challenges, so we couldn't put it in the regular game. But it's really fun to have it there anyway. I'm gonna use Jimmy Lightning for this because it's funny. Everything here is super bouncy. But yeah, I wish we could use that power in the regular game. Maybe one day somebody will find a way to code it in and we can use it. But for now, we do have a challenge that uses it, and it kind of effectively teaches you how to use it and gives you a fun challenge for how to complete it. And now we have Poetry Student-Scaver. Poetry Stud made this level with the intention of it being a master level. We said, no thank you, Poetry. We're gonna make it a wacky pet challenge instead. So that's why it has a master level themed background here with Warren Rabbit and Claude silhouettes, which are also some more memed on characters in the Peggle franchise. Warren Rabbit being memed on with, through Doug's community a lot of the time, and my community as well. And Claude being kind of the meme with his community as well, and also the Peggle speedrunning community. He's French. You gotta have a meme for him. It just makes sense. Okay, sure. As you can see there, not a ton of control. I didn't mean to get both of those, but I'm not gonna complain either. All right, and then finally, the secret credits. Welcome to secret credits. These are the credits of the game, again. And it's just a bunch of orange pegs doing funny things. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and use... Ah, not what I meant to do there. All right, we're restarting. It's actually kind of hard to clear this because, because you only get one green, and it's kind of hard to get free balls. So I'm trying to just do a nice quick clear here. Oh, I got the glitch. Yay! I was trying to get this. So if you can get the ball to bounce up and down like this, you can just go through a bunch of the pegs. Hooray. I was trying to get that, so I'm glad that it worked. That's really silly looking. I love that one. And this is it, by the way. This is the final level, so once we're done here, and we are done here now, that is going to be the end of the Wacky Challenges and the end of Peggle Fevers. And no holidays allowed. That's it. That's time. GG. I love this game. I'm really happy I was able to show it off today. I think that was a really good showing of Peggle Fevers. At least I hope it was. I hope that y'all had a fun time watching. And if you want to check this game out, remember it is free if you own Peggle Knights on Steam. You can download it. I have been Satan herself. Big shout outs to everybody who made Peggle Fevers. If you want to find me, also, I stream a lot of Peggle, but I also stream Plants vs. Zombies, World of Goo, and several other speed games that I do, and also just general random stuff here and there. I do Platinum Kaizo Ironman and stuff. I do a lot of things on my stream, and I stream pretty frequently these days at Satan Isn't Herself. Not Satan herself on Twitch, Satan Isn't Herself on Twitch. I'm also going to be at AGDQ later this year, or not later this year, early next year, running Peggle Extreme, Extreme Grandmaster with Helios WX. We're going to be racing it, so that's going to be super fun. I'm also in with backup for Plants vs. Zombies, so who knows, maybe that'll come up. And I'm also hosting for that marathon, so if you enjoyed watching me play Peggle, you know where to go. Once again, big shout outs to everybody who made Peggle Fevers. Y'all are the best, and to the entire Peggle community. Y'all have just made the last couple years of my life the absolute best, and I love speedrunning this game. It's awesome stuff. And thank you to our amazing host, Moon. Thank you. I will go ahead and let you kick it off to the next run. Thank you for having me.